Omarion versus Mario last night, right? Which had openers. We'll get into it real quick because last night was a good celebration of male R&B. It really was. I loved last night's show, even though, of course, versus sometimes is a little bit clock deaf with things because this was actually in Los Angeles. So for us on the East Coast, while Bobby V and Pleasure P and Ray J and Sammy are all leaving at 8 o'clock at night, it's 11 o'clock at night over here. So the battle went a little long. Mario and Omarion didn't even get on the damn stage till it was midnight on the East Coast. So there were some people that was tweeting like, "Look, I'm going to bed." So I can understand that. So the main event, a lot of people didn't even see, unless, like I said, you just stayed up to say fuck it. But real quick, getting into what happened in the opening verses, which was Sammy and Pleasure P versus Ray J and Bobby V. It was an amazing battle. I will say that. Shouts out to all of them, all 4 of them. Pleasure P came talking his shit, as he should. Pleasure P has written a lot of good records, a lot of great R&B records in his heyday. Still is, actually. He's still very active with his pen. Apparently Sammy is, because Sammy played a record that he had written for Tank that went #1 also. So shout out to him on that. But Pleasure P came talking his shit last night. And of course, I didn't know this until it got personally divulged on stage. Because they're very highly competitive. Last night was super highly competitive. I liked all the shit talking that was happening. Everybody sounded like they was ready to fight, which I see now they're making that a thing with verses to bring up the ratings, of course. Which is, like I said, it's very good entertainment. But yeah, Pleasure P even said, like, look, if this wasn't a Ray J production, I would be doing more records out here. Which I understood that. He's in LA. We're in LA. That's Ray J's hometown. Yes, the Triller thing is a Ray J production. If people didn't know that, Ray J has his hand in Triller pockets very deeply. So yeah, Ray J was able to do One Wish for 20 minutes with everybody in the background singing and him having dancers being out to bring out his kid and things like that. So it's like it was a toss up between who won that, because Bobby V, in my opinion, showed his ass with his records. Like, if we're really gonna talk about it, yeah, Pleasure P came with some smoke, but Bobby V came with the chimney. Bobby V held his own with his records. Sammy, I still don't understand how he ended up being on the card, even though, like I said, it's a celebration of good male R&B solo artists. I understand it. So, moving right along, the main event happens. And let me tell y'all, I got Mario all the way fucked up. I did not know. I really didn't. So, bring better context to that. Like, Omarion and as far as Omarion and Mario, when you see it on paper, you're saying to yourself, oh my God, what is Mario going to do? If you're not necessarily privy to male R&B, if you're more of a rap hip hop head and you just are aware of the hits that Omarion has and the hits that Mario have, you are oblivious to who is going to win this. And you are saying to yourself on paper, oh, Omarion gets busy, or Omarion gonna get Mario out of here, right? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Omarion was gonna get Mario out of here. I didn't think Mario even had but 5 or 6 joints to play, right? And I knew what 5 or 6 joints they were gonna play for him. I just had no idea he had the voice that he had. I didn't know that there was a huge already behind the scenes discussion of Omarion can't sing for shit. I didn't know that until a lot of people apparently didn't know last night that Omarion can't sing for shit live. He was saying that he couldn't hear himself. That was another thing. He showed up to that gunfight with a knife. He showed up to the gunfight with a knife. Mario called that shit out immediately. Like, oh, you got in-ears in? I just got the microphone. What you got in-ears in for? So he's already noticing, like, oh, you got a whole production you got to do up this motherfucker. So as the battle proceeds, Omarion's coming out with dancers and things like that. He's got props. He's got what? Oh my God, that old melon. They called him Old Melon last night. Man brought out a watermelon, ate a couple pieces of it, gave it to a stranger fan. They panned the camera to the poor lady. She didn't know what to do with that watermelon. But she damn sure wasn't excited or eating it. But she's asking Carrie, like, what do you want me to do with this watermelon? And like I said, Omarion basically made a fool of himself last night, not being able to carry notes. Even the very last record, if you remember the Bump 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 record, the 20 songs were done. Let Me Love You came on, and before we even get into that, Mario's singing live was perfection. I remember one of my boys, I'm a Bull, said that he was lip syncing over the background vocals for the first 3 records, which he was not. The entire time, Mario was not doing any of the backgrounds. He wasn't singing over the TV tracks. He was doing live shit. There was a lot of times Mario cut the music off. Told the DJ, yo, I got this a cappella. Sung his ass off a cappella. Had the ladies going a cappella. Mario came with the smoke last night, and Omarion had some weak lungs for this one. The dancing, yeah, it's like you doing all the little pop locking and whatnot and sliding across the stage. All that shit cute, but when you can't sing and hold a note, and this shit about the male R&B vocalist, Mario Jadakissed Omarion last night. It's well documented now. Omarion did not have what it took to go up against Mario. And like I said, on paper, you would think otherwise. Especially when you hear the records that Omarion was playing, you would think that those records would go over Mario. But like I said, when you're a real male vocalist, and this is about your stage presence and performance and who you are coming to the table, all of that played a huge factor against Omarion last night. He really was not looking too good. Boy switched into 4 different outfits. Mario still had his coat on the whole show. Blazing that boy. But yeah, man.